A warm, toasty night in the Rose City for a key home match for the Portland Thorns, hosting Sky Blue FC here at Providence Park and ushering in, and I might say officially, the holiday weekend. Good evening, everybody. Ann Chat's joined by my broadcast partner. That's Janine Sparra, former member of the U.S. women's national team and the current head coach of the Portland Thorns Academy team. All right, let's talk about this Portland Thorns bunch. Obviously looking for the 3 points. They're starting to get in some of the World Cup representatives. In fact, the Australians are here, can't play banged up. But Kaylin Kyle from Canada will not only see action, but will start tonight.
She will, and she's a personality player, which is another thing the Thorns can really use. I mean, they do have the personality, but a little infusion of the dynamic ability that she has is going to be great for them.
This Thorns club has not won since April 18th. Offense has been a bit of a problem. How do you jumpstart the offense quickly, get Shim and Long and Io involved so that they're not chasing the opponent?
Just try to get them to work together a little bit, to kind of combine, go back, tell them to start from the beginning of the game, not to wait for it to come to them, and just kind of go after it early.
Paul Riley making some adjustments with some of his personnel. Mana Shim will start up top with Io. How do you like that?
I think it's great. I think they're going to basically unleash Mana Shim up top, right? She's dynamic, she's exciting, she's very creative, and that might be the piece that she needs to be freed from the midfield and things kind of around her and have a little bit more space up top.
Sky Blue FC also looking for the crucial 3 points. They've had trouble scoring. Nadia Nadim, though, so very dangerous every time she's around the ball.
She is. She's got a great shot. She releases pretty early, and it's a really strong shot, so she can hit from 25 to 35 yards out, and it's a really good opportunity.
And obviously the Katie Friels of this club bring a different danger as well.
They do, and those two work really well together,
yes.
So they do create opportunities, and they just have to get that one last little push to get through.
So the Portland Thorns have had an interesting schedule. Of course, everybody had the World Cup break, but then they had the break mandated by the NWSL schedule. Does that help or hurt a club in terms of rhythm and flow?
I think it helps them with the younger players, with these players that are trying to come together. They're facing a tough season with a lot of pressure on them. So it's nice to kind of back up a little bit, take a little ease off the pedal, and then kind of get back into it and rev back up.
Sounds pretty good to me. All right, we're getting awfully close to the opening kickoff, moments away from the national anthem here at Providence Park. It'll be Sky Blue FC in town to take on the host Portland Thorns. Both clubs desperate for the 3 points.
Giving back to the community is very important to our family.
Help the Portland community and buy your 50/50 raffle tickets at every Timbers and Thorns home game. As a current board member of AC Portland, I know they're making a difference in the community through sports and education. 50% of the jackpot benefits Active Children Portland and the Stand Together Fields for All program. To participate, look for the 50/50 signs at home games and visit timbers.com/5050 for more information.
From an early age, I knew I was destined for greatness. Dad would say,
Eres un has abocado, mijo. Eres especial.
Dad was right. I was ripe for big things. Not typical expected things, but bold, more exciting things. So I carried on until one day I found my true calling.
Discover new guacamole sandwiches at McDonald's with freshly made pico de gallo and guacamole made with Haas avocados.
I made the big time, Dad.
have no idea how your health rolls out in waves of good. Providence.
Welcome back to Providence Park in downtown Portland, Oregon. We're minutes away from the Thorns Sky Blue NWSL match right here at Providence Park. Starting for Paul Riley's Portland Thorns, Michelle Betos in goal. Starting back three, familiar folks, Van Hallebeck, Captain Kat Williamson, and Emily Menges. Allie Long will play a bit higher, while Sinead Farley will play more of a 10 role, getting up and down with that motor. And Allison Kleiner will get her second start of the year. Mana Shim, as we told you, will join Io up at the forward position for the Thorns. For Jim Gabera's Sky Blue club, Brittany Cameron will mind the net. She's played every single minute as keeper for Sky Blue. Rookie Kristen Grubka will complement Lindsay Cutshall on Sky Blue's back line. And Australian international Caitlin Ford will make her 2015 debut for Sky Blue. They're really digging having her back. Katie Friel, so dangerous anywhere on the pitch, good pace, dangerous shot. And Nadia Nadim will attract a ton of attention up top at the forward slot for Jim Gabera. Janine Sparra, we're looking at two clubs who haven't tasted victory in a while. This game critical from both vantage points.
It is. They both are trying to get the 3 points. They want to continue their season and look to the future and have some hope for the future as they come through it. So this is the kind of game they need to get the 3 points and come away with something and kind of build their momentum and say, look, we've got the rest of the season to go. We can do something. This is it. You know, that's really going to prove something to them, and that's what they need.
The Portland Thorns coming into tonight's home match with the record of 2-3-4. Sky Blue FC at 1-5-4. At the bottom of the table, both of these clubs looking for the 3 points to give them reason for optimism as the dog days of the NWSL season are here. Another great crowd on hand. Nice to see the entire pitch now covered in shade because it is toasty down on the field. Both of these clubs used to it, though. They'll give you 1,000,000,000%.
Yeah,
Thorns really ready to get after it.
Yeah, it's in the shade. It's represents about 20 degrees cooler, and they've watered it down, so it should make a huge difference for them.
Thorns decked out in their home kits, red shorts, red shirts, red socks. Visiting Sky Blue will sport navy blue shorts, light blue and navy blue tops, and those navy blue socks. And we are underway. The Portland Thorns and Sky Blue FC presented by Park Lane Mattresses. Officially 90-91 degrees here in the Rose City. Winds out of the north-northwest at 7 miles an hour. We'll take any breeze we can get. So you'll hear us mention the Australian players for both of these clubs. Steph Catley and Claire Polkinghorn, neither available for Paul Riley's club. Polkinghorn just signed to the club, both nursing minor injuries. Ford will start for this Sky Blue club, but Sam Kerr still trying to get some visa issues figured out, both of them on the Australian national team. Van Hallebeck will clear. Sky Blue comes into this match, Janine, having scored 6 goals this entire season, fewest in the league. Giving up 15 goals, second highest in the league. That'll have to change tonight, but historically and notoriously, these two clubs, when they play, low-scoring affairs that are pretty much decided at the end of the match.
Yeah, and Sky Blue's done well against the Thorns too, so it's not that they've run over them and it's going to be an easy game. This is a good game for both of them, a good matchup for both teams.
Last season, Sky Blue, to your point, had 2 one-goal victories against the Thorns here at Providence Park. Michelle Betos basking in the glory still of that remarkable header that she scored from the goalkeeper position as she came down as the extra player to secure the tie against Sky Blue FC. That seemed like forever ago because of that gap, but she earned Player of the Week, got on Sports Center. The whole country was talking about Betos.
One of the most exciting things I've seen in a while. It was awesome.
Nadim gets off a little squibbler. So far, Sky Blue FC has had the ball in their offensive third.
Yeah, Nadim couldn't quite get her foot around that one that quick, but she's looking to goal, which is something that the defense really has to watch for.
What she did, Nadim, last year, in just a few games, 6 games, when she joined the Sky Blue club. In 6 games last year, Nadim scored 7 goals and had 3 assists. Incredible.
She has a really interesting history too. Born in Kabul, ended up moving at 12 years of age to Denmark, and then ended up at 18 playing for the Danish national team. So
right.
She has quite a history and a really great kind of journey that she's taken to kind of get where she is, with a lot of really difficult things to go through, and has turned it into something really super positive.
One of the most electric players when she joined this Sky Blue team last year. Single-handedly almost pushed Sky Blue, foul called there, to the playoffs when they were left for dead in June. She comes onto the scene and they just barely miss out on that 4th and final playoff spot last season.
It's nice. She's an exciting player, and
Yep.
really interesting to see how the Thorns defense is going to kind of subdue her, keep her in check today.
Here's Portland's first real look at something offensively on the free kick. 4th minute here at Providence Park. Io almost got a head on it, and it looked like Kyle almost got a head on it as well, as that ball was drilled nicely into the 6.
Yeah, they were right in the area trying to crouch on that goal, and just a little bit unlucky not to get it toward the face.
That ball up for grabs. Lytle battling, nicely done by Farley, and working this right side is Kleiner. Poke checked away though. Kleiner though battling.
It's a good win by Kleiner.
I thought she was a heck of a boost off the bench against FC Kansas City late in that second half.
I agree, she did a great job. She really went in there and did not only what she was asked to do, but did a little bit more. She really brought it. She was ready, she got called up, and she brought it to the game.
Nice idea. Oh, there's Mana Shim winning that battle against Ford. Ford, though, with the quicks, is able to save the ball to the outside flank. Stanton, dispossessed by Io. Nicely done by Io. And a quick throw-in to Shim. Beautifully played. Flag finally goes up, though.
Good idea, just that she's coming from throwing in the ball, so she started in offsides position, which made it a little tough. But again, at least they're going forward, at least they're trying to connect, so that's a good sign.
As we told you, Paul Riley deciding to move Shim up into that forward slot with Io. They combine nicely there despite the offside.
Yeah, I think they both have a little bit of that same kind of personality going on, which sometimes works really well together, and you know, allows them not only to be free, but to create chances.
Boy, Kendall Johnson working her tail off to maintain possession there. Kind of hog-tied, but no whistle blown, play on. Long with some room to move. And here's Kleiner near side.
Kleiner's doing a really good job to hold that space in the outside, which at times during games, the Thorns have kind of got sucked in and not played the positions or the width that Paul has been asking them to play.
And the counter, here comes Sky Blue. They've got some jets. Nadim was trying to fill. Left foot, Cutshaw, that's wide.
It's a nice little overlapping run from their center back to come up and play. She really does get forward. In their last game versus Chicago, you saw her numerous times get up, not only continue with the ball, but to be in the play without having had the ball, just making a run and getting involved.
When you can play box to box like that, the overlap overlap to me can be a very effective weapon.
Yeah, and the hard thing about that is, you know, if the forward's not aware, that's really their player, and they have to come back and mark her. So that leaves her unmarked, and it ends up putting them numbers up top.
Good hustle by Gordon. 50-50 balls. That one favors the Portland Thorns, and Kyle plays it back. Starting out of the back, here's Allie. Hollebeck into space. Shim is able to connect. Leaves it for Farley, just a little bit tough on the touch. And Levin to the rescue. Little heavy on that touch, good idea.
A little bit, but Farley was there, which is also nice. She's playing a little higher up on the field than Paul had her playing before as more of a holding mid. And now she's that attacking, or that number 10.
Look out, very dangerous. Levin plays it beautifully to Nadim, who was able to keep the ball alive, and Kat Williamson at the last second refused to be juked and blocks the shot. But here is a corner kick. Katie Friels on the end of this. Will take most of the corner kicks for Sky Blue. Ball up for grabs. Io chests it to herself. And this will allow Portland's defense to get organized. Menges knocks it out of bounds. Cutshall has been very active.
She's very involved. I mean, we just said it and talked about it, but again, it's, you know, early in the game, it's 8 minutes in, and your center back has been up in 2 offensive plays.
Sky Blue coming off that 3-0 loss to Chicago. They've had consecutive setbacks by that same score. Before that, boy, they were in every single match. In fact, upset FC Kansas City to win the opener, but have the Sky Blue club not winning since.
Yeah, except for those last 2 games that are 3-0. I mean, most of their games have been really close. Yep. I mean, they're, you know, 5 losses, 4 ties. So their games have really been like more, you know, 1-goal games.
Yes. One touch back to Hollebeck, who in turn sends it right back to Betos. 10th minute here at Providence Park. Grateful that the pitch is shrouded in shade. Good to go. Fill up with 8 gallons or more at participating 76 stations to receive a voucher for 2 free general admission Thorn tickets. Visit timbers.com/76 for more details. Nice job by Kleiner. Levin had all kinds of notions of streaking down this near side. Nadim leaving it though. Beautifully done. Gordon trying to get possession and leaves it for Friels. From distance, she is tough. Sliding tackle by Kleiner.
She was offsides, maybe a little bit lucky. She kind of came a little bit from the side on that ball and could have drawn the foul, but she's tracking back. That's Levins, and she also gets into the attack a lot. So the Sky Blue team does a really good job of getting people forward and trying to use everybody and not just hold that one formation solid and wait for it to happen, but they get involved.
So the Thorns have yet to test Cameron. Collision between Levin and Kleiner. Awkwardly landing is Kleiner. Alyssa slow to get up. Gonna run that off. Williamson, middle of the pitch for Long. Johnson. Kyle turns, dispossessed. Good D by Stanton, but the Thorns get it right back.
It's really nice passing by the Thorns, kind of utilizing each other. That last ball Farley tried to play in. If she hit it just a little bit harder, would have gotten the Thorns in, and she had the right idea. Sometimes you just kind of don't get as much on it as you'd like.
Yep, good idea. Not sure who is down for Sky Blue. Looks like Gordon. And again, she is slow to get up. It's been a physical match so far. It's going to be a low-scoring match by all indications as far as what these teams have brought to the table offensively going into tonight's match. Every possession important, 50-50 balls key, and it's going to be physical.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, you know, they're very well matched. They're similar in so many ways, and you never know. I kind of hesitate to say that it's going to be a low-scoring game, and then the floodgates open and something happens.
Fine by me. Headed to Io as Levin backtracks. Sky Blue on the pick there. Johnson trying to get in the way of Ford, but Caitlin will send it forward. Nice job by Williamson. Yes, foul had to be called there on Stanton.
A little bit of a push from behind on that one. Just a little bit of tight defense.
Well, Farley had good position, though.
She did. She definitely covered up the ball and protected it just like she needed to do.
Van Hallebeck hustles to keep that ball in bounds. Io pokes it right back in combination fashion, and Van Hallebeck will send it right back to Betos.
Yeah, I think if Io had waited or held her run just a little bit longer, so she stayed out of the space, it would have been a little bit more open, not only for her, but for Kleiner on the outside, and then could have tried to combine on that ball.
Midfield a little bit clogged. And now going wide is Johnson, who will send the one hop to Cameron with Io bearing down.
You got most of your numbers from each team playing in the midfield. You've got a 3-back for the Thorns and a 4-back for Sky Blue, but only 1 forward for each team. So that pretty much puts the rest of the group right in the middle.
Levin just missing Lytle. And again, Sky Blue sending numbers into the 18, and they'll be rewarded with another corner kick.
Again, like we said in the pregame, they work well together. You know, those players out there, they're good. They move the ball. They're really looking for each other. They connect well.
Betos with her arms up. Low line drive. And we'll do it again. Kendall Johnson minding that far post. Everybody diving towards the goal. One hop. Dangerous ball.
It's great cover by Allie Long to be right behind that player on the run. It's good marking in the box.
Hogsma. Interesting play right there as Betos really commits early and smartly so to foil that attack.
She was there to cover. It was offsides, which is good, but Michelle was definitely there to cover that play.
Nadim always around the 6, always around the 6, but Betos, let's say the flag doesn't go up, Betos still very smart.
She was definitely there.
Kendall Johnson whistled for that foul, arms up. You can see the confidence factor rising with each and every match for Michelle Betos, who has filled in admirably for Nadine Angerer, who obviously was playing with her German national team at the World Cup.
She's just done a great job, and we've talked over and over again about her journey and what she's done in soccer and backing up Hope Solo. She's been here backing up Nadine Angerer. I mean, that's a great education and great seasoning for any goalkeeper.
Oh, man.
And then there's what she naturally brings to the position. So she's done a great job, and she's been lucky enough to be able to show people, and that's great for her. I'm really happy. She's a great person and does work super hard.
Should note that Sky Blue FC is playing without Maya Hayes, who is ill. Sarah Killian, one of their hot top draft choices, is nursing an injured IT band. Look at this for Io. Just wide. Just a terrific little pass from Monashim, and Io could not convert.
Well done. Turns, gets in, fires the shot, doesn't wait too long. She just had a really tough angle to try to do anything with it.
those are the opportunities that the Portland Thorns, who routine the net, that was a missed opportunity.
Missed opportunity. Hopefully it's just a little bit of a warm-up. If they start to see it, sometimes the forwards' eyes get bigger and bigger, and
right.
they see the chances and they feel a little bit more confidence because they've been able to get the shot off. So that could potentially work in her favor.
Looking for a turnover here. Farley leaving it. Kendall Johnson will send it back, and here's Kyle finding Van Hollebeck. Sky Blues defense regrouped nicely.
I have to admit, I wanted to see Kendall Johnson not be as patient and hit that ball first time.
Me too.
But Farley did a great job. I mean, she got in there and closed it down, you know, and created what that opportunity really was.
Io very active as well, dispossessing a lot of Sky Blue players and keeping the ball in the Thorns' offensive third. Nadine turns it over. Io. So there's the offside flag again.
Again, that actually might not be a bad thing for Io because she tends to drift a little bit, and Paul Riley always talks about it, that she's finding herself too low on the field, so if she's offside, it means she's higher than she should be, so she'll find the happy medium and then it will work for her.
Dangerous ball with a pair of deuces going after it. Gordon and Menges. If Io can stretch the Sky Blue defense, it could open all kinds of things up for her teammates and herself.
I think you just were listening to what my brain was saying, because
Really?
that exact same thing. I was
Yeah?
like, she's got to stretch, continue to stretch the play, and she was a little bit on that, which is nice. Well done, Ann.
Well, thank you. How about the 1-2 punch, huh? Levin, who's been all over the pitch.
Sky Blue really has an active team. You know, if you watch them play, like we said, they get people involved, they get the outside backs up, they get their center back up. I mean, I think they have some freedom in the way that Gabara puts them on the pitch, that they feel like they can do this and be a part of every play.
And watching them play, you would never think this is a team that has not won a game since the season opener. I like this club, and they're banged up.
Yeah, they've come out and they're playing.
Yep.
I mean, it's nice. It's nice to see them play and not sit back and, you know, wait for anything to happen, but they're out there and they're playing the game.
Kaylin Kyle, of course, practiced with this team before joining her fellow Canadian internationals for the World Cup, had come into this match with just 1 minute of playing time, but she looks very comfortable in the starting role.
Yeah, I think she got some good training time in, and that's where you spend the most of the time on the ball with your players, or the players you're playing around, and so she has a good understanding of the people. It's not that she's just come in and just been introduced,
right?
But she was here. She spent time here, and she came in and you know, basically put her time in when she needed to do it. So when she came back, it's an easier transition.
And a gift for Riley, with Catley and Polkinghorne not able to play yet with injuries. Claire not even in Portland quite yet. Catley nursing that heel contusion.
It's nice. It's nice that Kyle wanted to come back.
You
and
bet.
you know, she did whatever she could to try to get back in time and help her club out, which speaks a lot to her loyalty and what she's trying to give.
Throw in Sky Blue. Still scoreless here at Providence Park in the 22nd minute. Neither keeper really tested yet. Io missing wide on that one golden opportunity for the Thorns moments ago. There's Io again. She has been disruptive and working her tail off.
It's good to see her involved in causing some things up top. You know, she's tracking back and watching, and sometimes a forward tends to just kind of watch, and that ball is 1 to 2 yards away from them. And it's like, we always say to them, look, if you track it down, if you sprint those 2 yards, you're right on goal. And that's what she's trying to do.
Shim was hoping that Farley could run underneath the little chip. Portland has been disruptive, causing turnovers, but not able to find the back of the net yet.
They have a good work rate as a team, and that's one of the important things. You know, if something isn't falling for you, sometimes you just have to kind of keep working at it, make something happen. And and try to, you know, get those opportunities, and they do a really good job of that.
Nice job again by the Thorns, combining nicely. Shim into space, really nobody there. And Johnson will continue to hawk forward, and Shim mops up. Shim trying to control. Farley knocked away, nicely done. Hogsma. But again, the Portland Thorns keeping the ball in their offensive third. Nice physical play there.
It's a great little breakup play by Kyle. Sky Blue kept possession, but she held off what could have been a huge chance to spring that forward going through.
Yeah, you're right. After Stanton made the pick, it looked like the counter was going to go in Sky Blue's favor.
Nadim was on her horse.
Yeah.
She's ready to go.
So dangerous. Farley clever there. The new guacamole burger or chicken sandwich at McDonald's, made with Haas avocados and served with freshly made pico de gallo and a slice of lime. Try it today, paired with your choice of sizzling 100% beef or tender, delicious chicken at participating McDonald's. Levin sends it right back to Cameron. When Jill Lloyden announced her retirement, Cameron knew she was going to get the chance that she always wanted. Did very, very well when Lloyden was backed up, or banged up, I should say. And Cameron has earned this starting nod.
Yeah, she's done a good job. The statistics are not always in her favor, but she's had some really good games and really helped her team out.
The handball finally called. Obviously possession in favor of the Thorns, so that whistle wasn't going to blow until the Portland Thorns lost possession. So spot of the foul will give the Thorns a free kick.
Kansas City hasn't left anybody up top, so the Thorns are, you know, have the chance to kind of put some more bodies up in there.
Cameron barking orders. Sky Blue's defense getting organized. Long. Io. Johnson leaving it for Io. Not much on that. And wide.
No, she had a really difficult angle.
Yeah.
The ball was, you know, a little bit behind her, and she's faced the other way and trying to right herself to goal. But again, I still like the idea that she's trying to go to goal. That's important.
Ford able to turn Johnson around. Ford and Sam Kerr from the Australian national team really will make this club so much more potent when they're both on the pitch at the same time. And of course, the U.S. players that are missing from this lineup, the Rampones and the O'Haras. Ocampo, Foligno, with their Mexican national and Canadian national teams, also will bolster this Sky Blue lineup.
They do have quite a few players that will be able to come back and kind of add something different and a little bit more of a punch for them. But, you know, the players they have here, Friels and Nadim, are really good up top and work really well together and are very dangerous.
Nadim really was good when she had O'Hara as that running mate as well, though. So we'll see what happens when O'Hara comes back after her duties. Dangerous ball here. Little chip shot and the finish. Katie Friels, we had just talked about her with her team-leading 4th goal here in the 27th minute.
And that's the hard thing. We haven't talked at all about Lidl, and she's a really good active player for them. She picks the ball up, cuts in, gets the ball into her, and she just has a really nice little chip shot up over Betos.
That was an awesome pass by Lidl.
It was. She works hard all the time, and she's kind of, you know, like I said, we didn't talk about her much. She's, I think, a little bit under the radar, but these players work really well together, and they work hard.
Lidl has been a consistent thorn in the Thorns side, I'll tell you that, and that was the perfect little service to Friels, who now has 4 goals to lead this club, and it's 1-0 Sky Blue. This is a team that is not used to playing with that lead, a team that has been shut out 3-0 on consecutive matches, and look at them in the lead here. Dangerous. So the question, Janine Sparra, is where does Portland's offense come from when now they are chasing one more, again?
Well, they have had opportunities. They've gotten forward, and Mana and Io are working well together. It's still happening, and Farley works really hard as well, winning those balls and winning them up high in the attacking third. So they have to be a little bit of patient and just kind of keep after it. It's not going to happen as fast and as often, perhaps, but it's still there. It's not too far away for them.
So 1-0, Sky Blue leading the Thorns on Katie Friels' 4th goal of the season in the 27th minute. Plenty of time to get back into this thing. Farley, beautiful ball inside the 18. Camera reads it well.
That's a really nice ball, and who started that was Allie Long. She finds Farley, gets there the ball, and so she's, I think, having a really good impact in that position. She's having a couple of those nice balls in. Farley makes a nice run, gets the ball, finds Io. I mean, it's good. There's some really good things going on out there.
I like how Riley has played with Long and Farley's position, Shims as well. They're playing a little bit more freer, if you will.
I agree, and like we said, Mana is such an attacking, creative player, putting her up top, giving her the space. And Farley has gotten so much, she has so much more to offer, and she's been doing, I think, so much, but putting her in that attacking position maybe just gives her that little bit extra, something different to kind of show what she can bring to the game.
Io loses it on the touch. Cutshaw rock steady defensively for this Sky Blue club, and on the counter, here comes Lytle. Leaving it for Levin. Broken up, and there's Betos gobbling it up.
That's good tracking from Kleiner. She had a good angle on it, and she did what she had to do. So again, the Thorns are working hard, both attacking and defending.
Speaking of Kleiner, she'll rush this line into space. Nobody wearing red around that service, and Cameron will take it from here. Nadim able to turn. Look at Lytle, just seems to be everywhere. Nicely done by Allie Long and the Thorns defense. We'll try it again on this near side. Kyle broken up. Stanton looking for some help, and we'll find Gordon. Tracked by Menges.
Not that Gordon's quite find her rhythm on the outside yet. She as well gets into the attack, but we haven't seen much from her today.
You see Ford's move so dangerous as Menges gives her a little forearm shiver, but Ford had a beautiful move to slip Kendall Johnson. So the first half cooling break is whistled here in the 32nd minute. Again, the temperatures hovering near 90 degrees here in Portland, Oregon. A bit of a breeze out of the north-northwest, but a well-timed water break for both clubs. Sky Blue leading Portland 1-0 on Friels' goal in the 27th minute.
Yeah, it's a nice chance for them. You want to make sure that they're playing well, that they're safe. So it's not often that we do this in soccer, but they've adopted it more in the last, 4 or 5 years, where they're really starting to pay attention to the temperatures and the effect that it has on the players.
So both clubs looking for the precious 3 points, and Sky Blue, a team that is at the bottom of the table, gets on the board thanks to that beautiful pass from Lytle. Friels had no problem 1v1 against Betos. So, I asked the obvious, Portland has done a nice job outside of the 18, controlling things in their offensive third. What can they do to get any kind of quality shots against Cameron?
I think they do need to get just a little bit closer. I mean, they're having, like you said, the nice passes, which are a little bit far away from goal. You want to continue to do that, but also combine just a little bit higher up off on the field. So they're just a little bit closer in so that they can either get the shot at a good angle, at a close range that's really going to test her or be dangerous to her, or at least get each other in so that you kind of move her around. She had a little bit of trouble in their last game against Chicago, and it was mostly because she got 2v1'd or 3v1'd, meaning that in transition, her backs were a little bit slow to get back. They didn't quite cover the back post, and they were really easy shots. So nothing mostly that she could have done about them. You know, when you're trying to cover the first ball in or the first shot, they slot it to the far post. You can't cover that much ground that quickly.
So the time that slipped away for the cooling break will just be added to the stoppage time. So don't worry. The Thorns will have plenty of time to get back into this one. Water for everybody. I'm sure both clubs appreciated that. Speaking the obvious. Quick reminder that Alaska Airlines flyers can now enjoy free entertainment to their own device. Learn more at alaskaair.com/beyond. Clever there, Kleiner. Nice ball for Ayo. Breaking that up though nicely is Grubka. Sky Blues defense has been equal to the task.
That's a good early ball in by Kleiner.
And here's Ayo again with the left foot and blocked.
And that's just what we talked about, you know. They put it on her left foot. Kleiner did a great job to get that ball in early. She had two players kind of deep in the box. Little pass, Ayo's in. You know, that's a great opportunity.
Grubka doing a great job, the rookie out of Florida State, to block Ayo's shot, but it'll be a corner kick for the Portland Thorns.
Yeah, Grubka has a great history as well, being at Florida State and going to the Final Four 4 years in a row. So,
well, coming off that national championship, she and Killian were high draft picks for Gabera and very, very good players.
It's nice to see again. I love to see the continuation of these women's careers and not just stop at 22 when you're just about to look at your prime. But to have them continue to play, and you see it out in the field, these players can play.
And not have to go overseas to do it either.
That either. Let's keep them home.
You bet. Offsides flag up. This, of course, the third year of the NWSL, the Portland Thorns winning the championship in the inaugural year of the league. FC Kansas City winning it last year, upsetting Seattle. And right now, Chicago, Seattle, and Washington trying to separate themselves from the rest of the pack. But it is up for grabs. And it'll be interesting to see what all these clubs do when the World Cup roster players return to the respective folds.
They will. They've got a lot of personnel things that they have to deal with, and then kind of integrating people, getting people that have come back in the top level tournament, the thing that they all kind of live for and want to do, and the emotional ride that has been for them, and coming back to the States and then preparing for themselves to participate in the NWSL.
Johnson, Shim trying to climb the ladder. Good hustle by Van Hallebeck into space, but here comes Nadim on the counter. Gordon looking to overlap and does. Nadim still handles it. Levin. That ball's out of play, and it'll be a Thorns throw-in. Obviously, we know of the Thorns players that we can't wait to get back as far as World Cup duty is concerned. You know, the Canadians, Sinclair and Wilkinson not joining the Thorns yet, while that club was eliminated. Angerer not with the Thorns yet when Germany lost to the United States. And that big match for Tobin Heath, Alex Morgan and company against Japan coming up on Sunday. You'll be there?
I will be there.
I'll be there. Can't wait.
and not working, just enjoying.
Just goofing around. 38th minute here at Providence Park. Katie Friels found the back of the net for Sky Blue FC in the 27th minute, and that's what the score looks like at this moment. 1-0 Sky Blue, a club that has been shut out in consecutive games, 3-0, 3-0. But they traditionally give Portland fits, especially here at Providence Park.
Tell you, watching them play, it's hard to believe.
Yeah, I agree.
They have great movement off the ball. They work really well together. You see Gordon and Lidl switching positions and going from side to side. They're not staying in one place. You know, they just really do work together and have good runs, good movement, good momentum forward, and kind of coming together a team and like sending a team together to attack.
Quick restart, Ford, very dangerous. Lytle. A very patient Sky Blue club. Yes, a team that looks organized, plays well together. Defensively very, very sharp, and made good with their one opportunity when Lytle was able to find Friels.
I think he just called back court. I'm not sure. I'm just kidding.
Nice try.
It was offside.
Yeah, goof. Gordon able to corral that. Nadine double teamed darn near every time she touches it. And again, Shim knocked off the ball, and here's Gordon one more time. Ford is getting into rhythm. Dispossessed that time. Can the ball find the feet? Oh, so close. What a great play again by Grubka.
It was a little unfortunate that Monashim didn't get a little bit more on that ball. Had she hit it harder with the weight she needed to hit it with, she probably would have sprung Io to go forward, but she just was trying to turn and try to hit it so fast, she just kind of couldn't get around it enough to get more pace on the ball.
Couple inches away from a 1v1 situation for Io. Great idea, but tip your cap to Grubka, who stayed home, and that tackle disrupted that play.
You know, again, they're as organized on defense as they are up top and in the middle, so it's, you know, it is a great bit of patience from her. She knows what she's doing and keeps all the dangerous things in front of her.
Portland again playing out of the back here in the 40th minute. Chasing, as Paul Riley says, when his team trails 1-0. Sky Blue, sliding tackle. Gordon all over the place. Whistle blows. And Long can't believe it. The ball will belong to Sky Blue. Levi Rippey, the referee for tonight's match. Cameron Blanchard, Jason Perlowitz, the assistant referees. J.J. Blotchett, the fourth official.
It's a good idea from Betos. Let's just get it up high and see if Io can track it down and get something in the closing 4 minutes of the first half.
Io diminutive at 5'5", which is stretching it a little bit, but I like the idea too. She's got some hops, but one of the shorter players on the pitch for Portland. Mangus would say, I don't think so at 5'2". I believe I win that battle.
Just have to do a little bit better job of targeting the players who really want to go up and head the ball. It's great to, I still like it. I like that she's hitting that ball and trying to get into Sky Blue's attacking third. I think it's a good option. Just got to find the player that's gonna track it down, fight for it, or establish position and try to win it.
42nd minute here. You know there will be some stoppage time, especially with that cooling break. Long wondering where to put the ball down, is found the position. She'll give way to Shim. The explosive start to the season for both Long and Shim. It's been a while since they've scored.
That'd be great if her name was Short, and that could be Long and Short.
Man, I can't believe you haven't used that one yet.
That's really bad.
That is. Beautiful ball by Shim. And that ball is free in the 18. Headed out of danger by Cutshaw.
She kind of underhit that ball a little bit, sliced it from underneath, and didn't get enough power on the ball.
Foot race there, and Menges wins that battle. What a great ball from Nadim to Ford, but Menges on her horse was able to disrupt. Throw in Sky Blue here in the 44th minute. Kyle, who's looked good in her return from Canada. Io knocked off the ball, doesn't quit. No whistle, will play on, and here comes Lytle, who has been very, very dangerous, controlling. Possession soccer by Sky Blue. Throw in, Nadim. A little heavy on that touch by Hogsma, so it's Portland's turn on the throw in. Dispossessed though, as Friels makes the defensive play and now carries. 45th minute. Friels' goal, the difference maker at this point, on the assist from Lytle in the 27th minute. Little chip shot that beat Betos.
It was a great ball in.
Sure was. Set up a 1v1, didn't it?
Yeah, they made it look really easy. When it's done well, it just looks easy and effortless.
Kleiner, back post. Dangerous there.
Those are two really dangerous serves from Alyssa Kleiner. She's done a great job to get the Thorns something to try to go forward with and to attack with. Those are awesome.
Kleiner with 4 minutes of stoppage time just announced. Kleiner with her second start of the season. She's been good. All right. Please go ahead.
No, I was just going to say when you know the coach asks you to do something and you do it, it usually helps you out a little bit and gets you back on the field.
You bet. Shim, little chip. Ball in the air. Io knocked away. Good defense by Levin. And here comes Nadim. Portland had action on that flurry. Smartly played by Farley, and Menges just knocks it into space for Betos.
Got a little lucky. I think she mishit that ball. So see, Ford was coming out of the middle again with the overlapping center back, or the outside back coming forward to the opposite side. And she'd really gotten a hold of that. The Thorns were a little bit overshifted in the 3 and might not have seen her at the far post.
So again, 4 minutes of stoppage time, which is an eternity. See if Portland can get that equalizer. Io very active again inside that 18. Long. Kleiner settles. Let's see with the left foot. Good idea by Kleiner, just wide.
That's well done. You had to like Allie's little juggle touches too. Touch it up to herself, pass it off to Kleiner. Kleiner's ready to go. This woman is ready to play, you know, and she hits a great ball. She probably only really ended up missing the corner by about 1.5 feet.
Kleiner, that spark against FCKC last time out. Defender out of Santa Clara, looking comfortable in her second start of the season for Paul Riley and the Thorns. That shot so very close on the upper 90. Cameron would have had no chance at all. And here's Kleiner again, sliding tackle. It'll be a Thorns throw in. as Levin is there again. She's been all over the pitch.
That was a great win by Kyle over the midfielder to get that ball going forward too.
Kyle in the mix, but Friels is there. I like the way Io just doesn't let anything come easy near that 6.
She's always lurking.
Yep, she is.
She's a lurker.
A little over 2 minutes into the 4 minute of stoppage time allotted.
Well, outside the foot touch by Farley. Trying to get over to Shim, but she just wasn't quite in there to get there in time.
Possession soccer, nicely done by Shim, and here comes Farley. Allie Long. Wide to Johnson, plenty of time. Cameron climbs the ladder again, Io breathing down her neck.
Yeah, the only difficult thing about those long balls in, it's a great ball by Johnson. I mean, she's doing what she's supposed to do, but they don't have the people up top in the middle that are getting on the end of it that are really challenging for those headers. So you've got to have both pieces. You've got to have the service and you've got to have the finisher, the person that's willing to battle up there and go up with those tall backs, center backs.
Smartly played by Betos. Kleiner one touch, but Hogsma's there. And Sky Blue's gonna have about 30 seconds to load up. Foul called. Sky Blue's gonna need to hurry if they're gonna get something off before stoppage time blows this half dead. And that'll do it. The first half in the books. Katie Friel's goal in the 27th minute on the beautiful little dish from Lytle has given Sky Blue FC the 1-0 lead over the Portland Thorns. Io's had a couple of chances, Kleiner too, but so far, Cameron really hasn't been tested.
Not too much, not a lot of things on frame, not things that are very challenging or had to move her around very much. So there are opportunities, but they're still looking for those more threatening, better chances that maybe have a little bit, more pace on them, something that's really gonna force her to earn her money.
So Sky Blue leading Portland 1-0. Our KeyBank halftime show will commence when we come back here at Providence Park.
Your account balance is $38. How much is that?
It's $40.
40. With an overdraft fee of $35? Is that blouse really worth $75? It doesn't even have sleeves.
We have shirts with sleeves.
Don't get charged overdraft fees. Switch to the new KeyBank hassle-free account. It's a checkless account with payment options and no monthly fees.
From an early age, I knew I was destined for greatness. Dad would say,
Eres un has abocado, mijo. Eres especial.
Dad was right. I was ripe for big things. Not typical expected things, but bold, more exciting things. So I carried on until one day I found my true calling.
Discover new guacamole sandwiches at McDonald's with freshly made pico de gallo and guacamole made with Hass avocados.
I made the big time, Dad.
Hey sports fans, do you want to get in shape? Text LA Fitness to 50500 for a complimentary guest pass to your local LA Fitness. That's LA Fitness to 50500. Exercise your options.
It's not far now.
Dad, where is this park?
Looks kind of closed.
Make summer fun with a Mini Cooper Countryman for $199 a month and $44.80 due at signing at Mini of Portland.
You don't need a little black dress, or fancy reservations, or even an apron. All you need for this gourmet meal is a preheated oven. and a comfy spot on the couch. Home-baked Papa Murphy's Herb Chicken Mediterranean Delight with fresh spinach, chicken, feta, and sun-dried tomatoes on a crispy thin crust. Just $10 for a large. Fresh made, fresh baked. Papa Murphy's. Love at 425 degrees.
Welcome to the KeyBank halftime show here at Providence Park. The Portland Thorns trailing visiting Sky Blue FC 1-0. We are at halftime. Katie Friels' goal in the 27th minute, the difference maker at this point. You know, one of the best bit of news for the Portland Thorns fans came in the offseason. That's when they learned that Kat Williamson was coming back to the Thorns. Remember Kat in that rookie season back in 2013, one of the mainstays defensively for the Thorns in that championship season. Well, she was traded to Western New York for the 2014 campaign, and the Thorns always had the idea and the hope of bringing her back. And when Kat became available, the Thorns jumped all over it. And here she is, back with the Portland Thorns, wearing the captain armband, and just so excited to be back with her teammates.
It couldn't have gone better for the whole organization. Paul and I had a conversation. He said, you know, I don't want to do this, but I have to. You know, Vero's a world-class player, and I understand that. But he said he'd try as hard as he could to get me back, and he did, and I was elated, to say the least. But I feel very fortunate. I obviously got to experience different players, different coaching styles, so I benefited from that as well, but I am happy to be back.
Would you say you're a different player, an improved player, technically, tactically a different player than what we saw in year one as you continue, just to hit the pitch and go?
I would hope so. I feel that based on last year and the year before that, kind of more of a leadership role and taking control. And I know Paul's practicing he always gives us these impossible drills to do almost, but you know, it gets your brain going. You think about it. You're tactically on top of the game, and I'm very fortunate to be able to learn from him and grow as a player.
You mentioned the leadership role. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Obviously, as a rookie here, you're going to defer to some of the veterans. I get that. Now, as a third-year pro, Paul is looking for that leadership. The captain's armband has got to mean everything to you.
Definitely. It is an honor. There's no doubt about it. I'm fortunate enough to be surrounded by natural leaders all around the field. There's a really core group of us that help this team, and everybody, obviously, from the first player all the way to the practice players. We need everybody, and I think everybody's buying into that team orientation.
As the offense, obviously so many players are with their respective national teams for World Cup. As the offense continues to find itself, a lot of pressure on that defensive back line, a lot of onus on you guys to be that gatekeeper to keep the score low and the club in it. It seems as if the score and effort indicate that the back line is doing just fine with that pressure.
Yeah, and I think it's not only our back line, but our team defense as a whole. So that's the thing that Paul keeps kind of hammering into us is it's not just the 4 in the back or the 3 in the back, it is everybody. So the higher up we can win the ball, the better for us. So if we have team, defense winning it up there and we can score, that's great. But I think it's a reflection on our entire team.
Thank you, Captain Kat. Always nice to visit with you. All right, our KeyBank halftime show will continue when we come back from this break at Providence Park. Thorns trailing Sky Blue 1-0.
You wake up. Your back hurts. Again. You need a new mattress, but hate shopping for one. Just go to a Park Lane. Crafted in Oregon. Sold only in Park Lane stores at a true minimum price. They'll match the way you sleep to the Park Lane's best for you. Delivered in 2 trucks. The blue one only delivers fresh, just-made Park Lanes. The green one only hauls old mattresses to recycling. Enjoy every night on a Park Lane. Rest well for years to come.
Tire Factory doesn't make tires. They will make you happy by selling top brands like Goodyear, Nokian, and Hankook. So why the name? Well, 30 years ago, over coffee at a Sherry's, 5 tire store owners reasoned if they combined their purchases, they could save their customers money. Worked then, works now, with over 200 stores in the West. See for yourself. Need tires or service? Trust what you love to Tire Factory. where you'll always have the owner's name on it.
From an early age, I knew I was destined for greatness. Dad would say,
Eres un has abocado, mijo. Eres especial.
Dad was right. I was ripe for big things. Not typical expected things, but bold, more exciting things. So I carried on until one day I found my true calling.
Discover new guacamole sandwiches at McDonald's with freshly made pico de gallo and guacamole made with Hass avocados.
I made the big time, Dad.
Welcome back to the KeyBank halftime show. We're at Providence Park. The hometown Portland Thorns trailing Sky Blue FC. 1-0 is our halftime score. And Shots along with Janine Sparrow. Delighted to have you with us on this very warm Portland evening. Temperature in the 90s, but at least there's shade on the pitch. All right, Katie Friels with a beautiful goal. The assist from Taylor Lytle setting her up beautifully. Really nothing Michelle Betos could have done on that play.
Not too much. I mean, the ball was played in really quickly by Lytle, and then Friels comes in, and she did exactly what she needed to do, and she put it exactly where she needed to put it. You know, it left Michelle a little bit exposed on the play, and the only thing she could have done is really come out super hard on it. So you're already there, you're already high in your box, and you're going, okay, I'm just going to come at you as fast as I can. So which is really hard to do when you're trying to really slow the player down and contain him.
On the offensive side of things, the Thorns out shooting Sky Blue FC 6-3, getting some chances near the 18, not yet able to finish.
No, they've had a couple chances where they just kind of couldn't turn their bodies around fast enough. They couldn't get their foot in the right part of it. You know, it's just some little things that are just a little bit off, but they did have some chances.
It's been nice to see Kaylin Kyle rejoin the club after playing with the Canadian national team at the World Cup. Your assessment of her play?
You know, she's stable. She hasn't, it's not that she's come in and all of a sudden she's blowing the doors off, but she's doing everything she needs to do. She's won a few balls in the midfield with her head, which we're not getting from a lot of other people. She's been very patient, very calm on the ball. The game is kind of slowed down for her. She's just doing a really good job of being there and being a good, solid presence.
Sinead Farley's work rate once again off the charts. The GPS monitor will be going bonkers. She's been playing box to box well.
She has, you know, and again, I think it's really great that she's a little higher up the field. I think she does bring that spark. She's been involved in a few combinations with people that have been really good and that is starting their attack. So there is an attack in there. Things are happening. They're not all falling the way that the Thorns would want them to, but there are things going on.
Io and Monashim getting into the mix as well, so perhaps Portland is knocking at the door. So we're going to take a quick break and be back in just a second. We're moments away from the start of the second half. Sky Blue FC leading Portland 1-0.
Don't do it! Your account balance is $38. How much is that?
It's $40.
40. With an overdraft fee of $35? Is that blouse really worth $75? It doesn't even have sleeves.
We have shirts with sleeves.
Don't get charged overdraft fees. Switch to the new KeyBank hassle-free account. It's a checkless account with payment options and no monthly fees.
From an early age, I knew I was destined for greatness. Dad would say,
Eres un has abocado, mijo. Eres especial.
Dad was right. I was ripe for big things. Not typical expected things, but bold, more exciting things. So I carried on until one day I found my true calling.
Discover new guacamole sandwiches at McDonald's with freshly made pico de gallo and guacamole made with Hass avocados.
I made the big time, Dad.
Pilots with numbers. Rapino sees it, and it's in!
Evans, tee it up. Shot on target! What a goal! Thorns looking to cross. Let's go! In front, clear! Right at the keeper, and then Christian puts it away!
You have fun
very, very happy.
Moments away from the start of the second half kickoff between the Thorns and Sky Blue FC here at Providence Park. Sky Blue leading it 1-0 thanks to the goal by Katie Friels in the 27th minute. Lytle with the nifty through ball that found the feet of Friels, and she knocks home her 4th goal of the season. Portland out shooting, as we mentioned, the visiting Sky Blue bunch, but yet to find the back of the net or really test Cameron yet.
Yeah, you know, the statistic goes you have to take 10 shots to get a goal, so sometimes it takes a few more than that to have it fall. But if they keep at it, it's there. It's all in there. They just have to, I'd like to say, have a little bit more patience with urgency. And I know that sounds like a contradiction. What that means is meaning to go forward, getting stuff done, and really having a purpose and doing it when it needs to happen, but not just going out kind of freelancing and you know, off the cuff, just doing things and losing the ball. So you don't want to go overboard. You want to have patience, but within control, you know, and then that sense of urgency and that something has to be done.
So Portland will start the second half heading towards the Riveters. Sky Blue FC towards the Mac Club. 87 degrees here in the Rose City. Winds out of the northwest at 10 miles an hour. Sky Blue will start the second half with the kickoff leading 1-0. Holiday crowd on hand. We'll now hope for another comeback by the Thorns, and we are underway. The Portland Thorns and Sky Blue FC presented by Park Lane Mattresses. Janine, before we came back on the air, you mentioned how interesting the first 5 minutes or so will be for both of these clubs. We're obviously looking at the demeanor, disposition, and effort by the Portland Thorns. Effort's always there. Let's see if they can establish something quickly.
Right, you want to see if they kind of come out with that little bit maybe extra effort, something that's going to put the other team on their heels, and see if they've decided what they're going to do and come together at halftime in the locker room and kind of come out with a really good plan and implement that plan as soon as they can.
The free kick actually headed right to Friels, and here comes Sky Blue FC on the counter. Ford has been so active in her 2015 debut with this club. We were so excited to get her back after her run at the World Cup ended. Beautiful ball. Oh boy, that was just right on target, and it looked like Betos had tracked it beautifully, but it was just over the crossbar.
Yeah, I think Nadim couldn't quite really get on top of it. I mean, the ball was hit well, it was to her, but it didn't have enough force on it, so when she redirected, it was really a challenging ball, and she didn't get in the middle and kind of not flick it on, but get that kind of twist to kind of generate a little bit more difficult shot or chance.
I was surprised that Nadim wasn't marked a little bit heavier. She actually was quite open to try and get that flick header, the redirect to get past Betos. It was just a little high.
Yeah, the hard thing is you had someone behind her, but not someone in front of her to kind of cut that ball out.
Long, leaves it. Io Cameron coming off her line and timing it beautifully as Long left it for Io, but Cameron snuffed Portland's try at the equalizer.
Cameron was right where she needed to be and just watch that pass in. If Io had changed her her pattern a little bit, her run, she might have been able to cut it out in front of Cameron, but she kind of continued to the far post.
Beautiful ball by Long, who's tied for first place on the all-time Thorns assist list with Alex Morgan. Allie's also tied for first place in career goals. Which she'd love to find the back of the net tonight.
She's doing well. She's having a good one. You know, she's gotten a few in there, and she's created a few for her teammates.
Kleiner, beautiful ball, just kind of shrugged out of the way by Sky Blue.
An unfortunate touch by Van Halbeck. She just couldn't quite corral it, but that ball from Kleiner was roped in there.
Yeah, that was a rocket.
It was driven. And the nice thing about that is it's super difficult for the defending team. So anybody gets kind of a touch on it, you know, bad things could happen, and that's what makes that ball so dangerous.
You thought that the Thorns were getting close in that first half, and that combination play from Long to Io darn near drew this match even. It was a beautiful ball, and Cameron did a nice job to read it in the nick of time off her line.
Yeah, the Thorns came out in just a little bit different lineup as far as where they are on the field. You've got Kleiner staying on the same side, which then puts her on the left in the second half. Allie Long playing a little bit higher up the field. Sinead drops in a little bit more to that 6th position. And I don't know if it's meant or not, but Johnson is finding herself a little bit more in the middle as well.
Good eyes partner. Kleiner earning her 2nd start of the season, and pretty solid for Paul Riley.
That's the best. You like when someone gets called up and they show you, you know,
bet.
why you made the choice. Like, she's in there for a reason. She's getting it done.
Nadeem tries to find Lytle. Levin in the mix. Here comes Farley. Foot race here. Again, Io and Cameron and Brittany still on the turf.
I think she might have taken a little bit of a kick to the thigh on that one.
Cutshaw telling Cameron to stay down. Aubrey Bledsoe is the backup keeper for this Sky Blue bunch. She has not played a minute, but she will be asked to get warm just in case. And while we have a chance, a reminder that the new guacamole burger or chicken sandwich at McDonald's is here, made with Haas avocado, served with freshly made pico de gallo and a slice of lime. Try it today, paired with your choice of sizzling 100% beef or tender, delicious chicken at participating McDonald's. And I know we're both glad to see Cameron get to her feet.
Yeah, I don't think it was the biggest tackle or contact that we've seen, and so maybe she just needed a moment to kind of gather herself and kind of work it out a little bit. And, you know, maybe take a little time off the clock and hang out and talk to the referee, things like that.
Well, Cameron is having a nice visit with Levi. Seriously, though, Brittany has played every single second of every single minute of every match for this Sky Blue club, and we're just glad she's up and ticking.
Always want to see people continue playing, that's for sure.
You bet. More precision passing by Sky Blue. But Farley, who has been everywhere, forces the visitors to play from the back line. Gordon. Late whistle there.
That's unfortunate. She just got a little tangled up with Gordon on the outside, Alyssa Kleiner. But it's in the middle of the field. It's not a bad thing. The nice thing about Kleiner is she's giving really good pressure to the ball. And what she's saying is, you know, you're going to come into my territory. I'm going to come and I'm going to defend you.
I like it. Nice combination play. Lytle looking for Nadeem again, but disrupted nicely by Kyle. And here comes Portland on the counter. Farley changing directions. Leaving it for Johnson. Again, we have seen this over and over with Cameron in a foot race with Io. Beautiful ball from Shim, just out of the reach of Io, and Cameron read it nicely.
Yeah, it's, again, you know, we said that they're kind of lurking and they're in there, and they do have the chance and they've gotten in.
Ford. Nice read by Johnson. Portland gives it away, though, and here's Lytle looking for Nadeem. Nadeem Offside flag is up, and finally the whistle blows.
That's a good,
yeah,
good
Nadima
quick
trying
call.
to play it with Ford. And Ford, another one of those players who can really go box to box as well. The whistle blowing again. Here's the free kick coming for Sky Blue FC.
It's a good win by Williamson in the box.
Wide on that shot from Friels. Nice ball to Shim. Kleiner on the overlap. Long finds her. Kleiner keeping that ball in play. Another well-driven ball headed out of the way. And here's Ford.
Yeah, if Ali Long and Io do a little bit better job of making complementary runs, you've got them a little bit too close together on that, so you need more, when we say a true player, going to the near post because it was just cut out by the defender.
Easy call to make there as Stanton trips Johnson, and Stanton gets a yellow. I believe that's her first yellow of the season. And Menges will stand over the free kick. '56th minute here at Providence Park. The Thorns trailing Sky Blue FC 1-0. Friels with the goal in the 27th minute for Sky Blue.
I think I'd like to see something a little different out of the Thorns on those long balls. I mean, that ball was taken at the midline, and they're still just kind of hitting the ball long. Just to do something different, you want to soften the team up or open them up a little bit by, and I'm not necessarily saying that you have to go short every time, but sometimes short-range ball, mid-range ball, a different ball than just long, because the Thorns aren't getting on the end of those in or near the box.
I agree with you 100% as Cutshall expertly heads it right to Cameron with Io once again in the mix. Yeah, I'm with you on that. You're setting up the defense to make an easy play.
Yeah,
Shorten that up.
They've been successful with it, and if it's not working for you, you've got to change it.
Here's Ford. Tough assignment for Kendall. Poked away nicely.
Not for Ali Long.
Yep.
Comes back to help out, which is well done by her.
And smart. And Ali whistled for the foul as Stanton hits the deck. So this is a good opportunity for Sky Blue as Friels will stand over the free kick. The visitors leading Portland here in the 58th minute. Friels, who has the goal tonight. Let's see what she does with this free kick opportunity. Betos in the mix.
That's a great ball and great hold from Betos. There was at least 5 people around her, came in traffic, went up above them all, held on to it, came down with it. Well done.
Nadim at 5'9", timed it pretty well, but Betos' timing was even better in a bold move by Michelle.
Good and clean.
Lytle chests it to herself to keep it in play. Love the play of Taylor Lytle.
Very active, very good on the ball, great skill, goes through some players looking to combine.
Back heel touch.
And that's Levin, their outside back, and then she's up in the box again.
Levin, very active, great work rate.
It's really, Sky Blue plays a really well done open up game where they, like I said, and we've talked about it in the first half before, you've got both center backs have gone up, you've got your outside backs that have gone up. I mean, one outside back makes a run to the opposite side of the field in the far post, and you know, it's nice to see. It's nice to see that interchange and that ability to play in different positions and do kind of what the game needs you to do.
Portland coming into this match with 10 points. Sky Blue FC with 7. You can do the math and understand why this match is so critical for both clubs. A win for Portland puts them at 13. And thinking about that 4th playoff spot, a loss would be crippling.
Yes, it could be, and so, but they're getting after it here. That's a smartly played ball by Kleiner. She couldn't quite get the ball to for the service, but she went off the player and gets a corner kick out of it.
So Hannah Terry will get the nod as the first substitute off the bench for Mana Shim. Mana was in the mix many a time. Had a pretty good match.
She was. I think some of the things that she was facing with the difficulties being that type of ball that the Thorns are serving into her that she's not particularly fond of, and that's that high ball or that ball for a header.
Looked like that ball went off Sky Blue FC.
A touch on that.
Yep. Wow. I beg to differ.
I do too. I think the change in angle kind of shows you that it hit somebody or did something.
Yeah, no doubt about it. But here we are, 61st minute. Hannah Terry in for Mana Shim, the first sub used by either club. And with temperatures hovering in the high 80s, it will not be the last substitute. Whistle blows that play dead.
A little bit early would have been nice to see if you let it develop a little bit for the chance to have the advantage.
Io has been very active tonight. Has been in the mix over and over. Cameron has had to be very aggressive off her line to deny Io. Maybe it's just a matter of time. She's been relentless, has number 8. Allie trying to get the header, and Kyle was right there, but Cameron says, not in my 6.
Yeah, Kutzel got a little bit of a piece of it and just kind of didn't end up going forward like she wanted to, and spins back. So a nice little chance there, couldn't quite jump on it.
Cat trying to get that ball through. There's Nadim basically using the forearm and continues. Why not? That's just great defense by Farley. Io, can she control it? There's the whistle. This could be interesting for the Thorns. Io again, forcing the issue with relentless attacking.
Yeah, she's there every time, and you know she gets the foul called, so it gets something out of it, which is always good.
Allie Long. Fisted out of the way by Cameron.
Good choice to punch it.
And here comes Ford on the counter. Kleiner giving chase. Kleiner maybe forcing Ford to get rid of it a little earlier than she wanted to. Nicely done by Johnson. And here's Allie. Io. Clever piece of dribbling. Io.
All right, not a bad shot. Had she spun the other way, she had Hannah Terry on the other side, but she kind of spun away. I was hoping that she would do that, draw the defender, shift him a little bit, and then slot the ball back to Terry. But you know, she had an open shot, she had a decent chance, and she took it. So again, it's not bad, just a different option.
Io has not scored yet tonight, but she has given herself some opportunities. And again, when you're that active, good things happen.
Always waiting, always trying.
Yep.
It's good forward.
'64th minute here at Providence Park. Sky Blue with that goal in the 27th minute of the first half. Leading Portland 1-0. Katie Friels with the honors, her 4th goal of the season. Terry putting the brakes on, nicely cut back. Good D again.
Just got taken out by the referee.
Oh my goodness. And this is when Rippey.
Johnson she was just trying to make her run and follow up, and the referee was backing up. Really unfortunate, and kind of, you know, she's on a full sprint kind of going forward, and maybe knocked her at coconut a little bit.
The Portland native springs back to her feet.
Referee positioning reminds me of the World Cup and some of the little interesting positions the referees have found themselves in there.
Right.
Kind of in the way. Maybe they shouldn't wear green. They kind of blend in with the turf a little bit.
I don't know. That was just the timing was just unfortunate.
Yeah, she was so focused on the ball
Yeah.
that she just didn't see him, and he was trying to clear, and you know, just unfortunate.
Yeah, it was. And
she's good. She's
yeah,
in. So
Kettle's back on the pitch. The Lincoln High and University of Portland graduate, respectively, in terms of high school and college. Fan favorite, obviously. Family favorite. Goodness.
She's a great player.
Here's Lytle. She and Nadim working well together. Nadia leaving it for Lytle. Friels knocked down, play on. Both clubs doing a nice job of not making anything easy. Alaska Airlines offers food and beverages from iconic Northwest brands. Learn more at alaskaair.com/beyond. 66th minute.
Interesting seeing Johnson move around the field,
Yeah.
kind of going through the middle, back over to the other side.
Smart play by Allie, and here comes Kleiner looking for somebody.
It's a good ball.
Kendall. Blocked by Hogsma. Nadim.
I like it. You're seeing a lot more movement out of the Thorns, and to be honest, you know, the momentum has shifted, and that might be a part of it. They're just trying to move the other team around a little bit and free their own game up. But you see Terry on this side, Kleiner in the back, she's coming up, Johnson in the middle, going to the other side. Van Holbeck playing a little bit more out wide. I mean, there's just some really good movement that shows, you know, like we can play and interchange with each other and try to cause something.
Offensively, this is the best this club, the Thorns, has looked in a while. And I think the fact that Io is stretching that defense and getting so involved as that foul is going to go against Sky Blue, I think Io has been absolutely terrific. She and Cameron have met in front of that 6 or close to it, maybe 6-7 times.
Yeah, I agree. You know, she is. She's doing the things that Paul knew she could.
Io again. Oh, there's got to be a call here. So right now, all hands are up as Io goes down. Johnson finds the back of the net, but no goal is scored there. So let's see what is called.
I think she's robbed a little bit. So I think he's calling it PK.
Well, he's got to.
Yeah, he waited just a second to see kind of what was going to happen. And I think with
Why?
the ball on the ball on the outside, I guess to give him to advantage. Ball came to the outside. You had Johnson in the middle, and he just waited long enough, but she was open. They still had the chance. I think he just did, in case she missed, I think he wanted to call it.
68th minute. We're nearing that.
I say you give that penalty kick to Johnson. Let her take it.
I say you put it with Long. 69th minute.
Nothing against Long. Just poor Johnson got it stolen from her, I think, a little bit.
The PK attempt by Long. Cameron marching out of almost near the edge of the 6.
He's going to have a word.
And Levin now speaking.
Red card.
Wow, in the 69th minute, the red card issued to Cammie Levin.
Yes, it is. And to be honest, I've got to see it again to see kind of what transpired. If he's called on the initial foul, he's had a word with his linesman. He went over and chatted with him about it for a second and kind of made the decision that something needed to be done and someone needed to be carded. So
all kinds of advantages for the Portland Thorns, but first things first. Let's see if Long can tally the equalizer off the PK.
Made it look nice and easy.
You hear the crowd, you know the reaction in Allie Long with her 5th goal of the season. So it's 1-1 in the 70th minute. Oh, what a relief for Allie Long. She had missed that PK against Washington, but buries this attempt.
That's a good season point for her. You know, she gets to be positive, gets to commit, gets to give something to the team. Super important for her. Yeah, so now Sky Blue comes at it, being a man down, playing with 10. Thorns having tied the game up 1-1 with that PK. Let's see in the last 20 minutes what happens here if the momentum continues to go with the Thorns and they can get that winner.
So Cammie Levin issued the red card. So she has been banished. And now the Portland Thorns will hopefully take advantage of having a player advantage.
And we've talked about this before. We've been in this situation where there's been 10 players on the field, and that team of 10, Thorns have done it. You know, they kind of get that energy, they get that boost, that fight, that challenge, that vocal challenge from everybody. Like, what can you do with 10? And a lot of times they rise. So Portland really has to continue after it. And
you're right.
Press them, press the game.
Beautiful ball into Allie Long.
Great touch.
Long. Oh, and Io and Cameron meet again.
Allie made a great turn on that one and kind of got herself a little bit of space with that defender, held her off, and just didn't really have any space in the end to do much with it, but it was a great ball in and trying to get to Io.
Io's going to get one. You know, against FC Kansas City, Zerboni was issued that red card, and that didn't seem to affect Portland being a player down at all. They come back and, of course, get that equalizer on Betos' ridiculous goal. But to your point, you can't just assume Sky Blue is just going to, go all flat now because they're a player down.
Not
Portland
at all.
Didn't.
Not at all. It's basically that word, that sense that, hey, this is what we have to do. There's a huge sense of urgency for a team once they're a player down, and the writing's on the wall for them, and they usually rise to the occasion and do something about it.
Terry had a great idea there, but Grubka disrupts. But Portland still has put the pressure on this Sky Blue club.
They're having a great second half, the Thorns. You know, they've really come out with a lot of energy. They're pressing, they've had opportunities, they've got momentum, so the things are going in the Thorns' favor for now, and they just have to keep that going.
Terry lingering for the short corner. Allie with the boot. Io gets ahead on it. Dangerous ball there. What a save by Cameron. And again, nicely done, Brittany. Portland so close to finding the back of the net for the go-ahead tally, but Cameron playing well.
She did a great job on that. I mean, there were 2 Thorns players offsides, which they did end up calling, but still, they're offside. She didn't stop the play. She stayed right in it. She made the save, so either way, her team was fine. She actually even ended up making 2 saves on that one.
She sure did. She has been called on time and time again. Watch out. Boy, Nadim just seems to be lurking at every turn.
She knows where to be. You know, she makes quality runs. And again, I think Sky Blue connects very well together. The team, you know, I'm going to say it like for the, I don't know, 15th time, they're free to do it. And sometimes in that freedom, you really find each other and you learn how to work and learn where each other are. And they do a very good job of it.
Nice hustle by Kyle, and here's Kleiner. Leaving it for Johnson. Johnson still with it.
Interesting to see Johnson. I don't think we've ever seen her play in the middle of the park. It's really kind of a good thing, and things are happening. I would have liked to see Kleiner just really put her head down and go to goal. I'd like to see someone kind of all out, just say like, you know what, I'm going to try and just bust through everybody, and that kind of bite sometimes really helps both the energy of the team and the outcome of what you get.
Here's Io. Cutshaw breaking things up nicely. Thought maybe Io would take that right in at Cameron.
And Terry was in the box ready to be open. It was a little bit of a far pass and couldn't quite get it to her.
Io boxed in a little bit as Stanton is there defensively. Johnson with that good left foot. Oops. Kyle. I don't mind that.
Trying to test her just a little bit. Yeah, for me, at least it shows an attacking mindset. I mean, we don't want, 15 40-yard shots, but shots occasionally from that distance, trying to see what they can get. I mean, I think it's good. I think it still shows that the Thorns are going at the goal.
So Gabbert will make his first substitution as Gordon comes off. Rookie Sarah Killian out of UCLA with that IT band flare-up. Finally gets the nod.
This is a huge substitution. Killian's a quality player with a lot of U.S. Youth National Team experience. I mean, she's just done a great job, and she's nursing a little bit of an injury, and she did get a call up to the full team last year. So, this is a really quality player coming in. And to be honest, Gordon was kind of quiet. I mean, she wasn't really giving too much. She was working hard, but she didn't give quite a punch to them. And this could be a dangerous substitution for Sky Blue.
So a cooling break called again here in the 76th minute. Yeah, I'm glad Killian, for the fans' sake, for our sake, gets on the pitch. Number 2 overall draft pick in 2015. And again, what she did at UCLA and then the youth groups with the United States. Quality all the way around.
Yeah, and she's just coming off that knee injury and having a little trouble with that. But, again, if she's able to go in, Coach believes that she has something to give, and given her history and everything she's done, she definitely can do that.
So as both clubs hydrate, a reminder that registration for the Portland Thorns Nike Youth Soccer Camps is open. Ideal for kids 5 to 13 years old. The camps feature an incredible 12-to-1 player-to-coach ratio. Visit timbers.com/youth to sign up. So Friels with the goal in the first half, and Allie Long's penalty kick in the 70th minute as Cammie Levin is banished with the red card. Johnson brought down. Actually, who was brought down in the penalty area? Because Johnson, her goal was waved off, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Allie.
So Allie Long's PK ties things up. That's where we stand right now. A reminder, with Levin gone via the red card, the Thorns with the player advantage.
The player advantage, and then a little bit like with that substitution again, with a little bit of a different look now, and see, you always want to look at momentum and see if shifts happen due to things. Does the playing with 10 kind of boost them up and make them play a little bit stronger and harder? You know, does the injection of Killian into the game kind of give him something that they're looking for and that they need?
Nadim whistled for the foul. She commits a lot of them, very aggressive. Just a fun player to watch. Again, Kleiner working this near sideline. Looking for the cross. Beautiful ball, and there it is!
That's a great goal.
Baby, Sinead Farley in the right place at the right time, and what an assist from Kleiner.
She's been doing that all game long. Alyssa Kleiner on the outside, being in the right position, getting the ball. She's, you know, that's about a 40 to 50 yard driven ball that she's hitting on frame, like, or on target, I should say. You know, she's got Farley coming out on the outside. It's just a perfect, dangerous ball where the defense doesn't have a lot of time to adjust because it's driven so well and placed so perfectly.
What a ball from Kleiner. Her second start of the season, her first assist of the season, and Farley with her second goal, who has been box to box relentless tonight, is rewarded with the perfect strike off the head.
She just ran right into it, put her head down, and just put it right where it went.
2-1 Thorns now. Oh, clever. Io.
Interesting to see Io in the open field a little bit.
This has easily been Io's best game in a Portland Thorns uniform. And the Thorns taking advantage of the player advantage.
It's like Ford with the yellow.
Thank you, my friend.
Gets called for that foul on Io.
So let's see if the Portland Thorns continue to attack. There's a ton of time left in this match. 80th minute. One more goal for Portland, though, would really put Sky Blue in a hole.
80th, but you have a little bit of time from Cameron going down. You have a little bit of time for the water break. So, you know, you're probably looking at a good 4, maybe 5 minutes extra time.
Farley, Io, Long, Johnson.
It's another good ball. Right over the defense, drops. I guess if Van Halbeck had a little bit of a turbo boost, she could have got a couple steps on that, but she was there trying to get on the end of it.
How about Alyssa Kleiner, one of the Portland reserves?
How about her?
Dang, huh?
What a gal. Don't tell her I said that, but she's doing a great job.
Allie winning that ball, and a beautiful ball into Terry. Cuts it back, and Grubka there again.
Hey, Terry's got some pace.
Johnson, and here's Terry.
Coming from an offside position, I think. She just, you know, she had been past the play, ball past her, and then Johnson, you know, unfortunately gave it back to her, being unselfish, but she was just offside.
Offensively, this is the best that the Portland Thorns have looked in a long, long time.
Yeah, you know, this whole second half, I mean, the first half was good, and they had chances, but the second half was even better. They raised it up a little bit, and it looks like they made some changes. You know, like let's keep moving people around a little bit, just to free them. For nothing else, it makes it really hard on the defense to know who they're tracking and who their job is, who they're supposed to be watching.
The Thorns have been able to stretch Sky Blue's defense. They play wide. They bring numbers forward. Folks to look for inside of that 18.
They've got, Sky Blue has virtually nobody up top now. I mean, it leaves a lot of space for the defenders to kind of work the ball around. They're playing really wide.
Farley with the intercept. Poked away. Farley had action, and Stanton would have none of it. I like this Sky Blue club. I know that they've let a 1-0 lead go by the wayside, but still a ton of time left, although they are a player down. Here's Lytle.
Yeah, it's just nice to see good soccer, seeing people really playing and not, you know, just kicking the ball really far and not trying to work with it or work with each other. It's a very much a team game. They play a very nice team game.
Nadim able to turn Van Hallebeck a bit, but had no pace on that shot as Betos goes to her knees in the 83rd minute for the save. Portland playing with a player advantage when Levin was red carded right before Allie Long's PK equalized this game. 9 minutes later, Farley gives the Thorns the outright lead. The first time at 2 goals that Portland has scored more than 1 goal since May 9th. But this game is far from over. Here's Nadim. Beautiful ball and a dangerous situation. Boy, Friels and Nadim play so well together, don't they?
They really do. You know, and then you throw Lidl in there, and I mean, there's some good movement.
84th minute. Portland with 2 second-half goals within 9 minutes of each other, going from being down 1-0 till now leading 2-1. Killian wants to carry. Nadim combining with Killian, the rookie, on the far sideline and leaving it. You want to close against her.
A little bit of a run in there. They were both trying to cover it. So Van Hollebek's having a little bit of trouble getting back. If you see Alyssa Kleiner playing a little bit lower, Van Hollebek's been pushed up and out a little bit. I mean, it's sometimes a 3, sometimes a 4. You know, letting Rachel stay a little bit higher up the field, kind of having Kleiner do a little bit more work.
Very dangerous there, as Hogsma was in a perfect place, but just wide with that shot. The flag goes up. Sky Blue not going away easily. You can't afford to give this club free kicks from close in or corners at this stage of the game.
No, the thing is, you know, the Thorns have to finish the game.
Yep.
I mean, they're doing a good job, but, you know, things change really quickly. It's still just a 1-goal game.
Handball missed there, and here's Terry. Lucky there. Ball goes right to Johnson into open space for Ayo, and the flag goes up.
Yeah, Ayo made her run on the wrong side of the defender. She tried to get that ball in behind, but she took off before the ball was hit, so put her in offsides position.
86th minute. Sense of urgency from Sky Blue. Aggressive the last couple of minutes.
Nadim playing on that line. She's right along the back line as high as she can be.
Van Hollebek in the right place at the right time.
That's not a bad ball into space. I mean, it's not exactly to Kendall Johnson. It was a little bit behind her. She had to come back for it. But at this point, it's okay not to attack on every ball. I mean, really, essentially, they just really want to keep it and protect it, make sure that it stays out of Sky Blue's way and away from them.
Allie Long, whose PK goal puts her #1 in terms of career goals for a Portland Thorn. And that was the equalizer. Farley's header off the beautiful assist from Kleiner has given Portland a 2-1 lead. We're in the 87th minute. Sky Blue playing a player down. Ayo, who has been terrific. Squares, slot, Allie. Cameron, nicely done.
Such a great little ball slided through by Ayo at the outside with her foot. She just gets the right bend on it and just slips her in. Unfortunately, Allie's first touch kind of got away from her a little bit. She couldn't quite corral it to get her second touch on it.
You have seen a bit of a coming out party for Ayo, no doubt about it. Her best game in a Thorns uniform, without a doubt.
Yeah, it takes a little bit of time to get your rhythm when you're playing with all new people and an all new city and everything. It's just kind of, that's a lot. That's a lot in your, you know, wheelhouse to kind of deal with. But, you know, you see some of the things from her that she's really good at and what she can do, the kind of quick movement, slips the ball in. She's got some moves. She likes to get into space. You know, she's done a really good job, and it's nice to see her. And hopefully it just, again, continues to grow from this point of the season on.
Cabrera going to his bench.
Yeah, Cameron coming all the way up to take that ball, and now she's got a nice 50, 60-yard sprint back to the middle.
Diedrich coming in for Sky Blue. Stanton off. Sky Blue looking for the equalizer as this game draws on. And as Janine said, there will be plenty in stoppage time. As Cameron was banged up, the clock ticked there, and of course, the cooling break. So Sky Blue understands they've got plenty of time to break Portland's hearts. Lytle has done it in the past.
Friel's just trying to work hard to, she kind of took a little bit of a bad touch on that, and she's trying to make up for it, and then I think clip Kendall Johnson.
Some unfortunate pileups concerning Kendall Johnson with the ref and then one of her teammates.
Oy. But she's trying hard, you know.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
It's nice to see it again. You know, I haven't, not that I've seen every game she's ever played, but I haven't seen her play in the middle, and she's doing a good job.
Look at Kleiner with the pace and really battling forward nicely. What a game from the Santa Clara grad.
That's the last nice thing I think we should say about her. Otherwise,
You stop with that Santa Clara stuff.
It's just going to be
You
too
stop.
much.
There's a ton of them in this league.
There are, and they're here for a reason.
Heck yeah.
Good players.
90th minute, Janine Sparra. Now do you bunker down defensively? Help us understand.
I think you continue to be strong and do the right things. You know, you take time off the clock where you can, you protect the ball, you just make sure that you don't make an error of commission. You know, you don't try to go out and do too much. You try to do the things that you need to do, be solid, be strong, be safe.
I like that. Another substitution for Gabera as Coco Goodson will go in for Grubka. The rookie out of Florida State was terrific, and I'll tell you, Jim Gabera loved the phone call he got from Coco Goodson, a lot more than the one he got a couple of months ago when she said, "I'm retiring." And then she calls recently and said, "You know what? I'm ready to come back." He couldn't wait to get her in the fold. Dangerous here.
Well, that's great. She was great for the club, and she's been great for the club for a while, and putting her in, if you see, she goes up a little bit higher and also forces, changes to a 3-back and puts their other outside back up higher into the play as well.
So 7 minutes of stoppage time, an eternity. And here's another dangerous corner kick for Sky Blue, playing a player down. Got to clear it, Io.
It's a good little disruptive touch from Betos. Not super clean, but enough to just kind of.
Oh, look at Betos! That was deflected
by her own teammate.
And Michelle read it beautifully.
She's involved. So again, I asked her last week. I said, you know, what can't you do? You know, she can save the other team's ball. She can score a goal, and she can save shots from her own teammates.
Io leaves it for Kendall Johnson. Kendall retreats and finds Kleiner.
I think they need to just pull it out a little bit.
Allie had a notion to get clever. Sky Blue rallies, but the touch is a little heavy from Lytle. Break for the Portland Thorns.
They get a little bit of a lucky break, yes. Like you said, you know, she just kind of misplayed it, comes off her foot for a throw-in. So kind of any chance to take time off the clock is the thing that's really going to help the Thorns.
Killian and Ford play a little combo game, and here's Diedrich. Smart play to go wide. Hogsma will chase that down. Remember, 7 minutes of stoppage time. That's about as much as you can ask for if you're Sky Blue.
That might be the most stoppage time I've ever seen.
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
not sure.
Farley will carry. One hopper to Cameron. Farley's header off the beautiful service from Kleiner has been the go-ahead goal.
It's a great step win.
Yep, Kleiner steps in. Battles Lytle. The veteran with the tough touch.
Oh.
And here is Allie Long being patient.
I would have liked to see Johnson go forward on that one. I think that's the one that would have caught him in transition and maybe given him a little bit of a chance to go forward. But she's trying to do the right thing. She brings the ball back. She just, you know, ends up got a little caught on it, but they still retain.
Kendall Johnson has been tough tonight.
It's a quality player, and she, you know, she ends up cutting out the long ball to keep it down here. Not only that, but it ended up bouncing like 25 yards, going out of bounds 25 yards down the field or up higher, you know, toward the end line. So that was good for the Thorns as well.
So Johnson will come out, one of her finer games in a Thorns uniform. Taylor Camo onto the pitch for Paul Riley and the Thorns. We're about 3 minutes into a 7-minute stoppage time. And you just want to clear this thing. Throw in for Sky Blue FC.
You see Kyle talking a little bit, and I think that's one of the things that needs to happen. You know, she needs to come back in here with her experience and kind of calm people down, sort them out, make sure they're solid, make sure that there's a lot of communication between people so that nothing kind of slips through or unfortunate happens.
Io has just been terrific. Now that's a play that won't show in the scorebook, but it takes time off the clock because she's going for that 50-50 ball. And it allows Portland's defense to get organized. Here's Lytle, so dangerous, so clever. What a ball!
Offsides.
And the offside flag comes up.
And that's a good thing, you know. I think the hard thing is the Thorns are a little bit stretched. You know, they had basically a 3v2 against the Thorns with Von Hallback a little bit too far outside, and she needs to stay tighter in. Really close those gaps or those holes that those players can run through.
So the offside trap works, and it's a good thing because, yes, there was real estate for Nadim and company.
To be fair, though, too, you know, Betos had that covered. I mean, she deflected that ball off her leg, perfect positioning, and she made the save. It was offsides, but she still was there, and that's huge. And sometimes those saves happen and they're offsides, but it boosts your team. It's a helpful thing.
Io finds Farley. Let's see if Sinead can cap it. Still with it. And loses it.
She needed to rip that one.
I agree.
Rip it a little bit earlier there, sister.
So on the counter, as Hogsma does her job defensively, here comes Sky Blue. Both teams gassed. And you can ill afford a turnover like that. Kyle patiently finds Menges to Kleiner. Farley.
That gets hard. Ball a little bit too far into space in the 90-something minute.
Less than 2 minutes to go in stoppage time. There was a full 70 as Portland is tag teaming the player short Sky Blue Club, who has really hung tough.
Yeah, Camo came in and she had a nice play in that. She's battling as well, trying to keep him solid there. Should be offsides on that.
Yep. The fans wanted it. They ain't gonna get it.
Oh my goodness. Now, if you can't see that one, that's offsides.
Hey, relax now.
I'm just saying.
Sky Blue's gonna have to hurry. Nicely played by Terry. Taking some time off the clock without a doubt. Battling. It'll be Sky Blue's ball, and they really have got to get something going. Not pulling Cameron. Perhaps one more good clear.
It's a handball.
Oh boy, and I mean down to the bitter end. This thing's going. Betos will earn her keep again. Let's see who stands over this ball.
They're gonna call us drama PDX. But Friels looks, I think it's Friels lining up with it.
Killian kind of
helping out
Hanging
a little
around,
bit. Yeah,
yep.
so trying to sort out a plan of what they're going to do.
Friels has already scored in this match, the game's opening goal in the first half. Oh, baby. The drama here at Providence Park. Thorns leading it 2-1. We're in stoppage time. And Katie Friel standing over this free kick after the handball.
There we go. You got Mangus stepping up the line and really trying to hold him even with the wall, which is good. You want to have, Betos wants to have as much space in front of her as she can. So instead of dropping back behind the wall, they get him a little bit pushed up and keep those Sky Blue players, you know, on point.
Parried over the bar by Michelle Betos. Well struck by Friels. And Betos again shows why she is an absolute fan favorite, and that is
well
the
done.
game.
Game-ending save by Michelle Betos, unbelievable. And the nice thing about it, you see her attitude. She makes this great save in the upper corner. She goes with both hands, covers it, touches it with one, and then comes right up and is like, look, it's a corner kick. Everybody get ready. Let's cover this. Let's make sure we get it finished, finish the game.
So in consecutive matches, Michelle Betos plays a huge hand. First with that goal, as she miraculously puts the header in the back of the net against FC Kansas City for the equalizer, and then the game's final play, preserves the victory, and oh, a victory that the Portland Thorns needed. 3 points thanks to the 2-1 win.
We knew it was there. You know, we said it all along that they can do it. The offense is there. They've got things coming. I mean, they got taken down. There was a takedown in the box, which provided them the penalty kick. But, you know, they've done a lot of other really good things. So they're again, momentum is good, going in the right direction, do what they need to do.
Portland's first victory, outright victory, since April 18th. How can they build off of this, Janine?
Well, you know, you've seen it a little bit in the earlier games. Like, they have done some really good things, and they came back for the 1-1 tie. So basically just keep this going, know what they can do, and always take that home with you, and as proof. You know, the coach will say this is proof of what you can do, and continue to, don't end with this game, continue to the next.
One of the best offensive games that the Portland Thorns have played in a while, and everybody getting involved, and then Michelle Betos with the terrific save on the game's last play to preserve the 2-1 Portland Thorns victory. Joining us now is Sinead Farley, whose game winner is the difference maker. 2-1. Sinead, what a game by your club. The second half, help us understand the sense of urgency with you guys playing so well in your final third.
I mean, I think first half we knew we didn't do well enough, and you know, Paul told us that, but we all knew that, and we had a really good talk. We know we're better. We've been training our asses off, pushing us off, and then when we get to the game, we were kind of losing that passion. So we switched up formations, and we went out in second half, and we were passing, and we were playing the way that we knew we could play, and we had so many opportunities, and we were just lucky to put one away. It was so much better second half. I'm so proud of this team for coming back.
Sinead, you work so hard all the time. How does that feel for you, or what do you think about? Is that something that, you know, you've come to, you get the game winner, and it's like, you know, it's a great boost for you and for the team?
It is. It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of running, but, you know, our team's all about selfless work and working for each other, and I think just getting the goal is just, you know, that's what we work for. It's more important that we got the win, and I don't know, it just feels good. It's a weight off my shoulders, and I know the rest of the team, so.
Sinead, you guys were chasing for a while. They scored the game's first goal, but obviously the sense of urgency and your ability to find the back of the net, you and Allie, to give the club the victory. How can you build off of this?
I mean, we just said at the end of the game, we came together, said this is just the start. You know, this is the kickstart we needed. We got the win. We've been searching for it. You know, we've kind of been lacking making opportunities in the final third, and this game we made a ton of opportunities. We were able to put 2 away, and I think that it's just the start, and we're just going to go up from here and build off this and just get better.
Sinead, thank you so much. Congratulations on the victory and your game winner. It was a nifty header for your second goal of the season.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well done.
Thanks. Bye.
That's going to do it from Providence Park. The Portland Thorns coming back to defeat a game Sky Blue club 2-1. The Thorns picking up 3 crucial points and a nice step to get back into the league race. Our next home match is Wednesday, July 22nd. The Thorns hosting the rival Seattle Reign. It's a 7 p.m. start right here at Providence Park. You can get your tickets at thornsfc.com. For Janine Sparra and our entire broadcast crew, I'm Ann Schott saying so long from Providence Park. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Have a great and safe holiday weekend, and go Thorns.